Fifth set here in Madison. They're playing Sweet Caroline, trying to get the fans back in sync. Wisconsin was able to actually force the fifth yesterday against Ohio State. And this one has been nail-biting. Stanford drops the first set, 25-18, in which they had a lot of attack errors. They narrowly lose the second, 26-24. And they've won both the third and the fourth at 25-21. Fifth set, here we go. We're about 40 seconds away from action here at the Fieldhouse. Stanford rolling on all aspects. 15 blocks in the game. Ajanaku leading the way with 18 kills. 9 blocks for the fifth-year senior. I said she must have had an inspirational speech in between the second and the third set, and the way Stanford's played. They've played with an enthusiasm and an effort unseen. And in a year of 3-1 blown leads, in volleyball you can't blow a 3-1 lead, but you sure as well can blow a 2-0 lead. Stanford back from the brink, backs against the wall, force the fifth set. And we're set to get underway here at the Fieldhouse. Stanford will start off with Ajanaku, Gray, Plummer, Humphreys, McKenna, and Fitzmaurice will be back to serve. Fans here in the Fieldhouse standing. Back to serve Fitzmaurice. It's a good one, Haggerty. Carlini outside for Nelson, blocked down, saved. Carlini outside, and Fitzmaurice able to dig. Gray's gonna set for Plummer. Bates unable to dig. Goes near side, back for the Cardinal. McKenna, play at the net. And the Badgers get the point off the joust. Crazy play to start it off. 1-0 Wisconsin up. Carlini back to serve. Team still on the same side. They switch after one team gets to 8 points. So the Badgers still in front of us here. Service error. We're tied up at 1-1. Ajanaku is fired up. Humphreys will sub out for Lutz. Stanford in their true tall small. Teams tied up at 2 sets apiece. 1-1 overall. Here in the fifth. Gray back to serve. Both teams with the season on the line. Trip to the Final Four. Gray with a good serve. Struggled with. Saved by Gillis. Carlini has to push it over. McKenna. Gray. Near side for Lutz. Rips it down. Stanford up 2-1. A comeback for the ages that the Cardinal are trying to put in place. I've never seen this team respond this way before. It's been incredible to watch as a fan and as a commentator. Gray back to serve. Gets a good one here. Gillis. Carlini. Back for Gillis. Hence digs it. Gray's going to set on the outside for Plummer. And she gets the kill as she hits into the block and it goes out of bounds. Stanford up 2. It's 3-1. The Cards smell a Final Four trip in the future. Can they finish it off? The Fieldhouse electric. Gray back to serve. Far middle part of the court. The freshman setter goes. It's a good one down here. Gillis. Carlini. Back for Gillis. She's blocked out by Lutz and Ajanaku. Stanford's up by 3. It's 4-1. Inky with a double-double. 18 kills. 10 blocks. Stanford with a comeback over the ages. Can they finish it off? Let's go Badgers is the chant. Gray back to serve. Just gets it over. Gillis on the outside. Nelson slides and gets the kill. Back to a 2-point game. It's 4-2. Dodd in the game is going to go back to serve. She's primarily just in there to get aces up front or on the back line. Serving from the near left corner. McKenna, Gray, Plummer. Bates can't handle it. Stanford gets the kill. Up 5-2. Plummer with her 10th kill of the game. Ajanaku with 18. Lutz with 11. The upperclassmen leading the way. The star freshman not too far behind. Plummer, Fitzmaurice, both with 10. Plummer back to serve. Biggest crowd the Card have played in front of all season. From the far left corner, the 6'6" freshman goes. Plummer sends a good one down here. Dodge, Carlini, and getting the kill was Nelson up the middle. 5-3 now. Stanford did a great job of keeping that 3-point lead all the way. In the third and the fourth, they were up 15-11 as Nelson goes back to serve. Plummer gets a good dig. Gray for a Joniku, tips it over, saved by Nelson. Near side for Haggerty. Plummer able to dig. Gray's gonna set near side for Lutz. Roll shot dug out by Dodge. Carlini for Williams. Blocked down by a Joniku and Vonyak. 6-3, Stanford up by 3. If the Card can pull off the victory due to NCAA regulations, we won't be able to get an interview, but we will have a recap of this one either way. Hence back to serve. Far right corner, Dodge for Carlini. Near side Haggerty. Hence able to dig clean. Gray for Lutz. Off the block, out of bounds. 7-3 Card. Timeout taken by the Badgers. We're going to take our first here on KZSU of the fifth set as Stanford's up 7-3. Thanks for listening, and we'll be right back.
For over 2 decades, our beloved Cardinal has dominated the collegiate athletics landscape. From Pac-12 conference matchups to bowl games and NCAA tournaments, KZSU has been right there with them like family. Stanford Athletics is a family you too can join and support. The Buck Cardinal Club was started in 1934 and it still continues to this day to support over 900 student athletes. By joining the Buck Cardinal Club, you can help them on and off the field and throughout the Stanford community. To find out more about the Buck Cardinal Club, go to buckcardinal.com. Your gift will help our athletes as we take on championships, bowl games, tournaments, and more. Thank you, and go Stanford!
Back here at the Fieldhouse, Card up 7-3 in the fifth. After one team reaches 8 points, the teams will switch sides. Right now, the Badgers in front of us as we are on the opposite side from the benches. And we're on the second level. Great view as we're right behind the ladder judge referee. Right now, Stanford with 4 kills, no hitting errors in the set. Hence back to serve. Serving coach Tyler Taylor giving her some orders. Hence sends a good one down here, Dodge. Carlini outside to Krishkova. And the point's going to the Badgers off of a net violation. 7-4. Amber McDonald back to serve. She was the hero in yesterday's game. Can the Cardinal dig the serve? Plummer has struggled at times this game. It goes to her. She digs it. Gray. Fitzmaurice is stopped at the net. Carlini and Williams make it 7-5. Back and forth these two teams go. Plummer, Gray, Vonyak, Bates, she can't handle it. She hits it over. Out of bounds it goes. Cardinal go into the little break up 8-5. It was a weird play as Bates and Haggerty kind of came together and Bates tried to save it, went all the way out of bounds. 8-5. Here we go as we're in the final stretch. The Card trying to go to Ohio in the Final Four. Winner of this game plays UCLA or Minnesota. Joniku right now on the bench, and Humphreys will come in the game to serve. Stanford a little bit smaller out there right now, and they have to be careful. They're up by 3. It's 8-5. We played a 15 here in the fifth. It's a shorter set. Humphreys near middle part of the court. Good one down here, Dodge. Carlini has to set it from a long way back for Haggerty. Hence gets a hand on it, overpass, Bates. Carlini outside, Williams. Miss hits it, the Card up 9-5. They're 6 points away from a trip to Ohio. Humphreys back to serve. Near middle part of the court, the senior sends it. Dodge. Carlini outside for Williams, and she gets the kill off the block. 9-6. Haggerty goes back to serve. With where she serves it being so far back, the Card have to prepare really close at the net. Sends a good one down here, Hentz. Gray outside for Vonyak. Rips it down, Haggerty saves it. They try to push it over, Hentz is able to save it. Net violation on Stanford, and now it's 9-7. Ajanaku waits on the sideline, trying to get back in the game. Stanford's two leading killers outside as Haggerty gets it over. Hentz, Gray, near side for Fitzmaurice. Bates able to dig. Carlini's gonna set for Gillis. Miss hits it. Point to the Card. 10-7. That was so close to hitting the back line. Holland McKenna in the game. Stanford with 4 freshmen out there. Holland McKenna, the sophomore, sends a good one down here, Haggerty. Carlini outside for Williams, off the block, hard recover. Humphreys will set for Plummer. Bates digs it out. Gillis will set, and Haggerty has to 3-ball it over. Hence, Gray, overpass, Haggerty saves it. Carlini for Gillis. Blocked out by Fitzmaurice and Gray. It's 11-7. Back from the brink, baby. It's 11-7. Timeout called by the Badgers. We're going to take our last timeout here on KZSU 90.1 FM. I'm Jimmy Garcia. The Card trying to punch their ticket to the Final Four here. Down 2-0. They come back, and they're ahead here in the 5th. Thanks for listening, and we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Nikki Sullivan, Sports Director for KZSU. On behalf of our team, I want to personally thank all of you for listening to and supporting KZSU. Broadcasting live sports is an incredible opportunity for us, and we do it for you, the Stanford community. We have to travel all across the country and set up our gear at hostile stadiums, and we work hard so you can follow the teams you love. You can show us some love by donating. Just go to kzsu.stanford.edu and click the donate link at the top of the page. And keep on listening on 90.1 FM in the Bay Area or online at kzsulive.stanford.edu. Thanks for tuning in, and go Stanford!
Go Stanford is the chant we want to hear. Very few Cardinal fans in attendance as the field house is sold out for the Badgers. Stanford's up 11-7 in the 5th. We played a 15. Card 4 points away from a Final Four visit. Holland McKenna back to serve. Ajanic, who hasn't played much here in the 5th. McKenna with a good serve down here. Haggerty. Carlini outside to Gillis. Off the block. Carlini recovers. Bates outside for Gillis. Stanford able to block. Fitzmaurice saves it. Gray will push for Plummer. Bates digs it out cleanly. Carlini's going to set the slide from Williams, and she picks up the kill. It's 11-8. Bates will go back to serve. She has 4 aces in the game. Far right corner, Hentz. Gray outside to Fitzmaurice. Off the block, Haggerty able to dig. Carlini out for Gillis. Cardinal recover off the block, Hentz. Gray. Near side, Plummer finds the back line. 12-8 in subs, Ajanaku. As Fitzmaurice goes back to serve before Lutz can come back in. Adriana from the near middle part of the court. Sends a good one down here. Dodge, Carlini, Nelson off the slide, dug out, Gray, near side for Plummer, Bates digs, Carlini's gonna set it, outside for Gillis, and she picks up the kill on the outside, 12-9. Lauren Carlini's gonna go back to serve. Look for the card to go up the middle with a Joniku here. Carlini serving from the far left corner. Good serve. They slide. A Joniku. She gets the kill off the block. Card within 2 of a final 4. Lutz will come in the card in the true tall small. A Joniku, Plummer, Lutz up front with Hentz. Gray back to serve and Holland McKenna. Gray takes a couple steps from the middle part of the court. Sends a good one down here. Gillis struggles. Haggerty from a long way away. And 3-balling it over. Gillis, McKenna, Gray, a Joniku up the middle. Cardinal are at match point here in the 5th. A chance to go to the final 4 on the line. Match point for the Cardinal. Down 2 sets to none. They battle back. Gray back to serve. Trip to the final 4 on the line. Everyone standing here in the field house. Dodge struggles. Krishkova saves it. 3-balling it over. Here goes the Cardinal chance. McKenna. Gray. A Joniku. Dug out by Haggerty. Carlini. Krishkova. Gray able to dig it out. Hentz will sit at it near side. Plummer. Cardinal are going to the final 4. Stanford back from the brink. The Badgers are stunned on their home court as Stanford comes back from a 2-0 deficit to win in 5. Never saw this one coming. Best game we've ever seen. What a great game from this Stanford team. We're going to do a quick recap before we go back to the station. This has been one of the best games I've ever seen Stanford play. Their backs were against the wall. They had no momentum. They come out in the 3rd, 25-21. They move into the 4th. They win it 25-21. They go into the 5th, down. Unsure how they're going to play. They steal the momentum. And Stanford will head to Columbus, Ohio to face the winner of the UCLA Bruins and the Minnesota Golden Gophers. Let's bring you guys some final stats as a Joniku finishes 20 kills and 11 blocks, her best game of the season. Catherine Plummer finishes with 12 kills, 10 digs, double-double from Plummer. Moretta Lutz stepped up, 12 kills, 3 blocks. Fitzmaurice right up there, 10 kills, 6 blocks. Vonyak with 9 kills, 2 blocks. Jenna Gray sets 57 times, and she picks up 4 digs and 6 blocks and 3 kills. Stanford wins in 5 sets after the final stat will show that they were outkilled 69-67. It didn't matter as they finished hitting 271, while the Badgers finish hitting 244. Stanford finishes with 1 fewer assist, but they lead the nation in blocks per set, and there's no other way for them to do it. They finish with 18 blocks, 3 in the final set, as a Joniku will get a big interview from the big stations, and Stanford is going to Columbus. The Final 4 game is on Thursday. We don't have a time as far as when Stanford will be playing. We hope to bring you guys that game on KZSU 90.1 FM. I want to thank all the listeners. I'm Jimmy Garcia. It's been a pleasure to call the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 as the Cardinal advance, as the Fieldhouse honors their seniors, Carlini, Nelson, Kirschkova, in their last game here at the Fieldhouse. Stanford wins in 5. We also want to thank our sports directors, Nikki Sullivan, Roberto Arguello. We want to also thank Chief Engineer Mark Lawrence and Jack Wong. I want to send a personal thank you out to the engineers at the station, Nikki Sullivan and Daria, for doing a great job keeping us on air today. We had some issues yesterday with connectivity. Today, it was incredible. Best atmosphere we've ever been a part of this season. End of the day, Stanford moves on to the Final Four. They await the winner of UCLA and the Golden Gophers. With that being said, we're going to send it back to the station. I want to thank all the listeners. Tune in next time.